Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dollar has gonna
Can I ask you one last quick question? I know you got to go.
I'll jump out and you take over.
You went from whatever it was, 470 to like 680 on Anna Leigh Waters, right? Somebody goes to 690 after you do that. What are you willing to spend to get Anna Leigh on your team?
We were going to go more. We were pretty pot committed. Obviously, we had her last year. We also think that she's obviously one of the faces of the sport. We feel like we're important owners in the league. There was, for me personally, forget about like her remarkable play. I don't have to explain to you who she is as a player. I thought it was actually important for us to have a player like her for the league, to be frank. And so, I'm very affected by Joe Namath, what he meant to the history of American football. If he went to the Cardinals in St. Louis, who drafted him in the NFL, instead of going to the AFL team, the Jets, there would have never been the Sports Illustrated cover of Broadway Joe. It just would have been different, right? And so thought it was important that we had her. Obviously, you probably saw the clip, like I used my fantasy baseball trick.
Yep.
You want to steal this pick?
Of course.
Go 680. Do you want to steal this pick? Listen, I've done this my whole life. Go 680. Ryan, I'm trying to help you.
Okay. Really?
Go 680. What happens sometimes in these moments, and unfortunately there's smart people here, usually I just play with my buddies from college, is the shock of the big jump keeps everybody out, because now they're thinking pick 3, and we get in at 680, which is well below what we wanted. We're about to get there, we're gonna lose our mind right now. It worked! I told you! I told you! I told you! I told you! I told you!
Let's go!
It's all human psychology.
Oh! Juice! Let's go.
Even 550.
We got
Yeah!
We got you for 680. That was nuts!
I'm so pumped! Yeah! Yeah! All those fantasy baseball drafts in auction bidding finally paid off. I knew
30 seconds left.
I knew that was gonna work.
30
The
seconds.
it scared them all up. That was the best, right? He was so he was so.
I
By the
love
way,
that clip.
brother, we're sitting here together with you because that move worked. I don't think we have the money left to get it's. I mean, obviously,
You were stuck with Walmart, Zane?
but it's
No,
really-
he's saying that if we slow played it, he thinks it would have gone higher and we wouldn't have had the money to get you. Is what
That's
he's
right.
saying.
That's exactly what I'm
All right,
saying.
I'll take it as a compliment.
It was a compliment. I think we also, to our scouting and to how Ryan prepped for the draft, obviously that we nailed it with you, but I don't think we would have the money. And I think some of the teams that paid, it really, that extra $100K that I think we saved by going to such a big number that it made everybody pause for a second. And then it gave us it's literally after 25 years of fantasy baseball, watching how human behavior works, knowing that if you want someone, if you're lucky enough for that player to be thrown out about 7 or 8 or 10 or 6, so you could see the cadence has been set that everyone's like nickel and dime. When you throw that extra dollar, that big jump caught everybody just long enough because they had to calibrate. Time's up. We have her. Oh shit, players that are not even close to that are going for the same range over the next 12 picks. It was a huge moment, I think is foundational.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
I take
her,
full credit for us.
You get her, and then, just to give Zane some credit, okay? There's arguments to be made. This is the MLP GOAT right here.
4 or 5.
So to get Anna Leigh and then to get him on the crew,
Four.
I think is
By the
pretty
way,
good outcome.
When we got the most exciting part to us is when we got Zane, the next several picks went above the money. So he was the best bargain at the
100%.
spot in the whole draft.
I want to look at that footage because I think we also, I don't remember, so I don't want to make it up. But Zane, you like this. I don't want to make this up, but we filmed everything, so we got to go look at it. I think we kind of knew something there too. Do you remember we were kind of I remember, this is what I just remember when you said that. I remember saying the next ones are going to go for more. There was something we knew on that. Do you remember?
Yes, because there was a point in time where we knew that you and Hayden were kind of like the next two, and when we looked at everyone else after that, it was very apparent that people were going to start panicking.
Yeah.
That they weren't getting someone that was going to be able to kind of like be a force on their team or a captain on their team or something that was going to be like meaningful. So like we knew people were going to be like, oh shit. And a lot of them
They
hadn't
were all
started
less
spending.
attractive too.
For
so
sure.
you
I
know,
remember they started going out like 230, 250 afterwards.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly.
huge.
Well, Gary, you got a lot of your prized possessions here. You got a Carmelo Anthony, a Pele jersey. Where's the signed fives paddle?
It's a very good question.
That's
I
probably my
probably
fault. I probably didn't give it to him yet, honestly.
Yeah,
That's probably my fault.
Good news. I was like, I don't recall getting that. So thank you for the accountability.
There we go. It looks
My
like
answer
there's
was
some-
going to actually be I like probably flipped it on eBay.
Hey, if you can get a good grand out of that, good for you. There's space right there. That's perfect.
One day, brother. One day. I think obviously we're recording this in the pre-dawn of like the New York event, and like it's just so incredible to watch the sport continue to build. And to your point, like today compared to 24 months ago, you could actually sell that signed paddle. 24 months ago, you could not, and hopefully in 5 or 10 years, you could actually really sell it. And I think that's the journey of things becoming more popular. I always say to people when they ask me about pickleball, I'm like, Super Bowl I did not sell out its stadium. The 1982 NBA Finals had a game with the Sixers and Lakers, 82, that was played during the day, that CBS chose to air golf, and they aired the NBA game on tape delay. So, these UFC, I don't know, everyone's young enough to probably remember, like, banned in most states, and, like, it was a very, very narrow sport. And so one day I expect to sell that paddle for $5,000.
There we go. Love it.
The pressure's on you on that one.
Yeah.
We got to make it worth something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Proton pulled a fast one on me. They invited us and a bunch of other creators out to their headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona. I played with the Proton that day. That was maybe like 2 months ago, and I have not stopped playing with it since. So I've obviously tried a ton of paddles. The Proton, to me, it's just different. They say a lot about the durability, the fact that like Andre Daescu was using it for like 3 months in a row, which is unheard of, especially for pros who are changing their paddles like every day. But you just don't have to replace these things. The longevity, the grit, the structure of the paddle, it just holds up. They have crazy pop, insane control. So Proton seems to be one of those brands that came out of nowhere in the past year, and now they're one of the most popular paddles, selling out constantly. I just mentioned that Andre Daescu plays with them, but Caitlin Christian, Donald Young, Travis Rettenmeyer, CJ Klinger, the list goes on. All these pros are dominating the courts with paddles that leverage carbon fiber technology from baseball bats for exceptional sound and spin. Following the quick sellout of their Series 1, Proton's Series 2 paddles are now on the scene, claimed to be the softest on the market, providing top-notch control and great feel, winning a lot of medals at PPA events at the 3.0 and 4.0 level. Find Proton paddles exclusively through Pickleball Central. Use our code, THEDINK, to save $25 on your Proton paddle from pickleballcentral.com. That's all caps, THEDINK, for $25 off.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had gonna yeah.